A Markie Scenic Showman'S engine. This belongs to one of my customers. Here is part 1, initial examination of the engine and fixing the reversing lever. This is a small working steam model of a Burrell traction engine. Not unlike the one I'm working on, except a lot smaller. These Markie traction engines seem quite popular. They're a couple of steps up from a Mamod and about twice the size. I was very impressed with the wheels. These are cast. Have a close look at them. I'll stop rolling it about on the bench so you can see them in detail. Very nice indeed. The flywheel turns freely, so what's it done in my workshop? It has a few faults, and the main fault is when the regulator is opened, the steam just blows to exhaust. The owner of the engine wants me to fit a gas system to it because currently this is methylated spirit fired. The generator on this model is different to mine. The front bit is just a large bearing. The generator is a small part just behind the chimney. I must admit, on a first look, it's very pretty indeed. In my opinion, as almost all of the moving parts on this engine are made from brass, I don't think it's going to be a good thing to run this model for an extended period. A lot of the parts, like the motion as you can see here, are very loose, but they work. The expansion link is very loose. And as for the reversing lever, well, that doesn't work at all. The engine is reluctant to start when I admit some air to it. But eventually, after applying more air pressure and snapping open the regulator, this causes the slide valve to be pushed hard against the cylinder block inside the steam chest and the engine starts to run. It doesn't run all that well, but the reversing lever's all over the place to start with. I'll just lubricate all the parts so I don't forget and wear it out prematurely. And once again, as I spin the flywheel, it's reluctant to start, then suddenly it bursts into some sort of life. This is a common fault on most small steam models. I'll show the fix for it in due course, but not in this episode. I can't say as I'm impressed with the handbrake. It doesn't seem to work whichever direction I turn it in. But overall, the effect of the engine on the eye is very pleasing. The serviceability is not very pleasing. Small parts like the lock nut on the reversing lever are quite hard to access. I've clamped on the smallest of my Barco spanners, so now I should be able to undo it. And look at this, an industrial workshop injury already. Some of these parts are quite sharp. And it was quite difficult to get my fingers down into the cab to undo the bolt that goes through the reversing lever and into the frames. This job took an extraordinarily long time. The reversing lever was eventually freed from where it was held to the reversing frame using a brass bush and a very weak spring. Here is part of the problem. Someone has bent the reversing lever in an attempt to make it lock into the notches on the reversing frame. In the first attempt, I straightened the reversing lever and refitted it in position. Here's a top tip that works very well with small nuts and bolts as well as large ones. I'm packing the end of the socket with a screwed up piece of paper. This will stop the nuts and bolts from sliding down inside the socket. This puts some positive pressure on the nut or bolt that you're fitting. And it's not permanent, you can remove it at any time. I use this method a lot, it makes the job easier. And it's also a good idea to have one of these. It's a universal joint extension, which allows the tightening and slackening of nuts and bolts around corners. Here's the part I'm working on. It's a bolt through a brass bush with a very weak spring. I've refitted this once and it didn't work. It was completely ineffective. The spring is too weak. So when I refitted the part the second time, I bent the bottom of the reversing lever very slightly. But on the third attempt, I just fitted a new spring, a stronger one. I found one in my box of springs and ground off the ends. And after 3 attempts, the reversing lever now seems to work very well indeed, with a nice clunk at each end. Mechanically, this is much better. Now I can get back to running the engine and see what's wrong with it. Notice how I open the regulator very quickly to suddenly let the steam rush into the steam chest and bang the slide valve against the port. Now the reversing lever works. As you can see here, the engine runs okay in forward and reverse, but the valve timing is not perfect. I'll have a look at the valve timing in another episode, maybe the next one. Because everything on this engine that moves appears to be in some sort of a brass bearing, I really am taking the time to lubricate everything regularly. Brass is not a very good bearing material at all. This engine appears to be a bit of a knocker. This could be due to the late admission of the valve timing, but it's more likely to be caused by worn brass bearings. In this clip I'm having a look at the valve timing, and at one end of the stroke the valve timing is extremely late, and at the other end of the stroke the valve timing is just on top dead centre. This is not good. If you have early admission, the admission of the compressed air or steam to the cylinder cushions the moving parts and generally stops things from knocking. This, by the way, is not part of the specified job, but I do need to fix the valve timing. What I can tell you is there's something seriously wrong with the mechanics of the valve timing. I don't know what it is yet, I haven't been inside it. But something is blowing past the valve at each end of the stroke, more at one end than the other, which is a bit of a puzzle. In this close-up view you can see that at this end the steam is admitted on top dead centre, but at the other end, at the beginning of this clip, the timing is very late. But at least for the moment it runs and the reversing lever's staying where it's put. And that is it for this first episode. I'd just like to say stay safe, stay well, thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Please take the time to visit my Mainsteam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists you can actually watch the videos back to back, making it unnecessary to comment that the videos are too short.